Hey guys, it's Anna with Passions of Paper. I've got today my third Halloween junk journal. It's the third out of a series of 4. This one is going to be a bit different from the other 3. The color scheme was a little bit different. I went with a kit from My Porch Prints that is an Edgar Allan Poe kit. And I mainly took the Raven from that and made that this journal. So the kit has a lot of this purplish maroon color in it, and I tied that into the journal and tried to make that the majority of it. So this one's more purpley and black than instead of the orange and blacks that the other ones are. So we've got this beautiful tassel here. It's very soft and fluffy. I didn't do beads on this one. I just wanted it to be more soft and fluffy. More relaxed. There's already a lot going on with this journal, so I just kind of left that as the focus. I've got leaves, these black leaves, sewn on the pages all throughout the journal, and it adds this really nice look to the edge. They're all the way around all 3 sides. And then on the cover here, we've got the Raven. And then I just did some layering with different fabrics and stuff that I have. Made it real grungy. And on the back here, you can see that I again used that fabric from Joann's. That really grungy Halloween fabric. Love it so much. And then I just did some layering of the fabrics. And the tie is a silk chiffon tie here that goes through the cover. The cover is 4 layers. The main part of it is 4 fabric layers. And we've got some Tim Holtz fabric on the inside. And it's really beautiful and grungy. So, I got the main thing with this journal that I did was the leaves, but the pages are still super grungy. And I just did a lot of sewing with the leaves. There's vintage papers, my dyed papers, digitals, and then with the digitals, I grunged them up. I sprayed the edges, I crumpled the papers, and I distressed the edges as well, so they're nice and crunchy. We've got, this is a vintage tracing paper, this is a dyed paper, this is a vintage newspaper. We've got this here, some of my burnt paper. This is a journal page from a journal that's from 1966. Some grungy dyed paper. Here I made a pocket out of some of my mixed media paper and just put some stuff on it, collaged some stuff. And in the pocket I have a vintage check that you can write on the back of, like a journaling card. Then we have this journaling card that I stenciled on the back of. And then I have this vintage coin envelope. And inside of here, we've got the letters E, A, and P for Edgar Allan Poe. I wanted to decorate with these in the journal, but they're kind of thick. And so I'm leaving it up to whoever buys the journal to decide if they want to use them or not. So those are in there. Grungy vintage paper. Be careful with this paper. It's a bit brittle and it could rip out if it was pulled on. Here I've got a little envelope that I made out of this really cool digital paper. And inside I used some packaging from Tim Holtz and just put a piece of paper on the back that you can write on. This line paper is from the My Porch Prints kit that I was talking about. And this page here is really cool. This is from a fairy book that I bought this summer. And this is all about the Raven Mage. So you can read about that in here and see these really cool pictures. Here I've got a pocket, and I made this little journaling card. It's got Edgar Allan Poe on it in a jar. I like the way that that slides all the way in, and all you see is these little leaves poking out. I forgot to count how many pages, but it's going to be around 380 something pages, just like the other two journals. I'll have the page count in my Etsy listing. This was a negative of a 3 when I did crackle paste. I crackle paste through a stencil, and then I took the back of the stencil and put it on here and pressed and kind of cleaned the stencil off on the paper, but that way you still get this little 3. And of course it's on tracing paper, so you can see it both ways. Here I put Edgar Allan Poe. That was from the kit. I like the Victorian grunge that this kit brings. I've got a pocket here, a really big, well actually a tuck spot, and just a journaling card in here with this really thick embossed paper. This is from another fairy book. She's kind of creepy looking. So she belonged in a Halloween journal. This is a vintage ad. It looked really cool. Here we've got a photo. It's a digital photo that I have made into a tuck spot. Now you can tuck some ephemera up in there. Here we've got Poe in a little booklet with a raven on the back. And then I just made this little cluster on this pocket. Another envelope that I made, and a journaling card I made out of more packaging. Here we've got, this is kind of like a whole big thing, all this in here. So this spread here was really cool, and I had this tree paper here behind it, but it was very bright and didn't really fit in, so I took this black paper and put it on as a giant pocket, and then that needed something, so I took some really burnt paper and put that on each side. And then I added a quote with each one that kind of goes with the journal. This one says, live, create, tell the story. This one says, if you're lucky enough to be different, never change. Inside of this pocket here, we've got this journaling card with a wolf that I stenciled on the back. Very large journaling card. Let's see if I can get that back in there. And then we've got this vintage ledger paper here. And then the other sides of that. And in this pocket, we've just got one of these little note papers that you can play with and journal on the back as well. Here's another one of those digital photos that I left as a tuck spot. This page came out, got cooked this way, and it was super grungy and fun, and I love using stuff like that. I like how it gives you a sneak peek of what's coming up. But it still has space to be written on too. Or if you don't like this, just glue another piece of paper onto it and that'll fill it in. Made this little pocket here. It says, replace fear of the unknown with curiosity. And in here we've just got this little guy with some stenciling on the back. This is my mixed media paper I made. You can see that without the glare. It's pretty wicked. I love all the antlers and sticks and stuff. So in here I use my mixed, whoops. Alright, in here I made a pocket or a tuck spot with my mixed media paper, which has some nice thick spots in it. And then in the tuck spot I've got this old ledger book. It's got, I'm sorry, I'm not doing good at keeping it in frame. Pretty cool looking. Yeah, I bought that on Etsy and I just haven't figured out what to do with it yet, so I figured I'd include it in here. So this journal does not get a little mini journal like the other two Halloween journals did, so that's why I included this. And then there's another vintage item I included in the back of the journal. Here we've got another envelope I made. And we've just got some goodies in here. We've got a couple of the tags that are from the kit. And then this is a vintage name tag. It says, hello, my name is. So I figured I'd just leave that for you to play with. I was tempted to put Poe on it and stick it somewhere, but I just wanted to leave that up to whoever buys the journal. More of that vintage paper. Oh, that page is, I'm gonna I'll fix this. That's kind of coming off. So some of these vintage papers are very brittle, and I'll tape that one. Here I've got a tuck spot with some vintage items. I've got a little bingo sheet here, another bingo sheet. These are great for just journaling on the back of. And then this one is a stamp page. And here we've got a recipe. This recipe is actually one of the recipes that was on that vintage paper that I've been talking about in my last two videos, where you can like see that there was something there, but whatever glue that they used back in those days was not very good, and so all the recipes fell off. And so this one I'm just adding to a tuck spot. Now here we've got another tuck spot, and I made this journaling card here out of my personal, well, it's not a digital. I haven't made it into a digital yet, but I was thinking about doing that. This is my personal grungy mixed media paper, and I saved pictures of them, and I print them off every now and then to use. And we've got another one of those embossed papers in here that's got space on the back for journaling. Alright, in this coin envelope that I heavily grunged up, we've got a black feather that I had found outside. It's been washed and frozen and stuff to make sure there's nothing on it. And this was the other item that I'm including. This is a vintage checkbook, or I think it's a checkbook. Yeah, kind of looks like it. It's different. I've never seen checks that look like this before. So that's really cool. But again, I just never knew what to do with that. Another thing that I bought off Etsy, and I just didn't know what to do with it. So I threw it in here. It's really cool in here. There's the other side of that paper I need to fix. And we end with a raven. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're interested in this journal, there's a link in the description box below. That'll take you to my Etsy shop. And again, on the Etsy shop, you'll see how many pages are in here exactly. And then if you guys like what I'm bringing out, feel free to like and subscribe to my channel, because I've got one more Halloween journal to come, and then I'm going to be making fall journals. So, until next time, thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Bye.